Your Amazon images are costing you sales. Fix these mistakes now. I'm Josh Hackett, CEO of EHP Consulting Group. Let's dive in. Product has Amazon's choice and is only making $1,000 a month. And that's mostly because their listing's not optimized and their images suck. This looks like eBay, but people are still buying it. Imagine if their listing was optimized. They should be making at least $5,000 a month, maybe even $10,000 a month, right? And let's compare it to this competitor. So this competitor right here is making $160,000 a month. And if we look at their images, we can literally see they've got the peppers there, they've got the seasonings. It shows it with food, on food. I mean, this isn't even difficult to do. Just look at this. If this isn't getting your mouth watering, right, and you like hot sauce, then it's not doing justice compared to this listing right here, right? So we want to go through the mistakes to improve that this listing's making, so that way we can increase their sales, just like this listing is doing, where they are targeting the customer, they know what they want to see, and everything is professional. And that's why they're making so much money. So mistake number one is your images are not focusing on the 5 human senses. That's sight, hearing, smell, taste, and touch, right? So when you look at this image, right, obviously you've got sight, you can see it and everything. But if we look at this image, it's much better. We can see the full pepper, right? Not only that, you see these are wings. You can taste the wings. If you've ever tasted, you can taste it. And it's got the celery on the side, and it just hits right. Maybe you can even smell the wings. You can see the hot sauce on the burger that you're going to eat, and maybe even taste it if you look at it close enough, right? And then look at the hot sauce is pouring on, so you can feel it, right? So you want to implement that into your images. Try to show what it is doing. Coca-Cola does a really good job at this. You can also look on YouTube and see if there's any competitors that have commercials, right? And see what they do, right? So kind of just see what type of emotion. Why isn't there an image of this guy putting his hot sauce on pizza? Why don't you have an image of somebody putting your hot sauce or your hot peppers on pizza, right? Just like that. All you have to do is look at some of the competitors' commercials, and you could do this at home for a few bucks. Nothing crazy. Not the commercial, I'm talking about a photo. A photo of if you have a son that's playing football. Pull the hot sauce, son. Take a photo of him putting on his wings. It's that easy. Again, if you're in Florida, just like me, you could do that and just take a nice photo. And you can do it on your cell phone at this point, because cell phones are really high quality. So just look and see what you can do. Now, mistake number 2 is your images do not produce emotion, right? So you also want your images to produce emotion. So you can see this is a female enhancement supplement, and right away you can see that this supplement is for libido. It doesn't have to do anything technically with you and your significant partner dancing. But you can see, renew your passion, and you can see them dancing in this photo and happy and enjoying life. And they're showing you this. They're trying to make you produce an emotion. And if you produce an emotion, you're going to think about the product more. You're going to want the product more, especially because humans are emotional creatures. So if we're going through the listing and we don't see like the whole family together eating hot peppers, or maybe the dad's eating the hot peppers, but the family's all together laughing while he's putting the hot peppers on the pizza, right? And it's just a photo. That's enough to produce emotion, to be like, that's me. You can obviously see who your target market is by your sales, right? And then you can retarget them with emotion, right? I know most people, you would do your own research on your product, but most men, older men, I would say between 30 and 50 years old, like hot peppers and hot sauce, right? So that would be my target market. So I would have that as the emotion photo of the dad, and they most likely have a family, right? They mostly likely have 2 kids, right? One of their kids are playing sports. So try to get that photo. It doesn't have to be perfect, but something is better than nothing. We also have a little bit of an image guide to help you creating images that produce emotion, right? So here's an example of a good image right here. It shows all of the benefits, right? There are multiple benefits of hot sauce, or you can put each food. Instead of this, you can have each food, and you can have somebody putting it on. You can have food and somebody actually putting it on the food, right? And this actually says maybe for wings, burgers, and then make sure and have the hot sauce in the middle. It makes it emotional and relatable. It's high quality, and it shows all the benefits. Put it on wings, put it on eggs, put it on your pizza, right? Put it on with your chicken while you're dipping your chicken in, all that good stuff. So that's one photo that can speak millions of words. Again, for something for a female enhancement, this is another one that, you're selling this one is literally selling the emotion, and it works. I'm telling you, this works. You can also have one that's basic, so people understand what it does. Like, what is the hotness on this? Does it say? It doesn't say how hot it is. Is it more flavorful? Is it more hot? I wish they have unique flavor experience, right? Hot. So make sure you're adding those in and adding emotion into your images. Now, mistake number 3 is your images aren't what the customer wants to see. So if we go to this one, let's say we're selling Barbie. And instead of having this little girl, we're having like little boys playing with the Barbie, right? Maybe there are some boys that like Barbie, but not many. You should know who your target market is. You should obsess over your target market, right? What's their favorite colors? What do they like to drink? What do they like to eat? What do they like to see? And then put those colors in. So if our target market for this is girls between the ages of 4 and 9, what color? They like unicorns, they like purple, they like pink, they like rainbows, right? So you can see what they did is they implemented multi-hair colors. It's got purple, it's got pink, it's got rainbows in the background, pink and purple clouds, right? If we targeted it towards men or boys between 4 and 10 or 4 and 9, the sales would be plummeting. They would pretty much, the customer would be confused. You wouldn't be in front of the right customer, right? So make sure you try to understand who your target market is, and then try to make sure your images are towards your target market, right? It's going to make it a lot easier for you to succeed. Just with these mistakes, and if we implemented them into this listing, I know for a fact we could get this client at least to $5,000 a month, if not $10,000 a month, just with some image changes, right? Because they're already getting clicks. We know they're already generating sales. Their subscribe and save isn't even an actual saving money. It's just crazy. But yeah, and then you could work on making sure your listing is more like this and help you increase your sales. But that's it for today's video. Comment below which of these image mistakes you have made before, or drop your biggest image tip. If you learned something new, drop a like, and if you're an Amazon seller, I highly recommend subscribing to our channel because we're giving away great content that's going to help you in your Amazon journey. And of course, if you need help with increasing sales, design, images, anything mentioned in this video, or just help selling on Amazon, contact EHP Consulting Group. The link is right in the description to contact us or schedule a call. Also, our #1 service is our full A to Z Amazon account management service. This is where we'll fully manage your inventory, calling Amazon, customer service, advertising, increasing sales, and much, much more. The benefit of this service is so you can spend time working on your business instead of in your business every day, like calling Amazon for hours on end just to fix an issue. Save time, money, and increase your sales with ehpconsultinggroup.com. I'm Josh Hackett, CEO, and I'm signing out.